welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. This will be a relatively quick reveal. I think there's only 17 cards in here, and it was really fast. This is the '80s special that came back from PSA in 3 weeks. It arrived. This arrived at PSA on December 21st, and it was shipped out on January 12th. Now, this is how grading should be. This in the same shipment, I had actually included a larger order of cards from the 70s. That arrived on December 21st, and now has an estimated return date of March 12th. So I don't know how they're doing their I don't know how they organize their grading operations, but maybe they have a lot more graders who understand the 80s cards, and when you go back into the 70s, you're dealing with a smaller pool, so it takes a longer time. All right, this guy, we'll start here. This Kevin McHale. It's funny, I couldn't find it in the when I was submitting the card. I couldn't find it in their checklist. Like the lookup didn't bring anything up, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just put it in, and it just says, which I've never seen before. I heard no holder, no return, no charge, no grade, no holder. So. I guess maybe this is not a Monty. Come on, buddy. Dude. Can you leave me for a sec? So now let's get into it. With my assistant Monty. All right. Most, if not, these are probably all hockey, I think, but not 100% sure. And there are going to be a lot of candidates for grading autopsies. We're going to do a bunch of them on this stuff. Dino Ciccarelli, we had a couple of questions on the channel about, do I have the Dino Ciccarelli? Okay, come on, buddy. You gotta get down. Come on. Do I have the Dino Ciccarelli rookie card? So the answer is yes, but I only have it in a PSA 8. This is the tops. I have the O-Pee-Chee raw. I actually, I don't know. I think this one's undergraded. At any rate, here's a 1983 O-Pee-Chee Gilbert Perreault in an 8. And, thank you for PSA for obviously putting this stuff way out of order. Does anybody else get really annoyed with when you put your cards in order, everything is listed in this order of submissions, and then PSA just decides to just jam them all together and mix them up like a deck of cards, like you're shuffling a deck of cards? Here's a Cam Neely rookie, 1984 O-Pee-Chee in a 9. So close to a 10. This is a really beautiful example. I mean, and what's better than those uniforms, right? Trying to do this without the glare. I'm not having much luck. I feel like right here is sort of the sweet spot. All right. 1980 Wayne Gretzky O-Pee-Chee in a 5. Very disappointed with this. I need to look at this a lot closer, but maybe the fact that you've got a bit of a rough edge on the bottom is not, even though O-Pee-Chees tend to have the rough cuts, maybe on there, it's more that those cuts have to be on the side, and if they're on the bottom, they're problematic. Here's a 1980 Topps Clark Gillies in an 8. Again, unscratched. Amazing. Amazing, resistance and willpower for the kids to not scratch off this. Here's a Guy Lafleur in a 6. We're going to do a grading autopsy on this one. We'll probably do a grading autopsy in the same episode on this Brian Trottier in a 5. I mean, it's off-center top to bottom a bit, but, and the edge on the bottom is definitely leaves something to be desired, but I think 5 is pretty harsh. Mike Bossy in a 6. Obviously, all these 1980 tops came back much worse than I expected. I'm expecting 8s on those, not 6s. Here's a 1980 Topps Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in an in a 7, another crappy grade. This is easily my worst, or the lowest level of success I've ever had in a grading order. It warrants a little extra attention after the fact, and I'm gonna give it such. Here's a Wayne Gretzky, yeah, Ray Bourque, his second year Ray Bourque, 82 O-Pee-Chee in an 8. That's a pretty good one. And so here's the gut punch on the Ray Bourque 83 in a 4. So there's got to be, there's probably surface issues on a couple of these. We're gonna, actually I see it, son of a bitch. This one has wax stain on it. That's all on me. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it. What a moron. Can't really see it. Oh boy. What the hell was my head? Let me check this one. This one doesn't have wax stains on it, but there's got to be a crease or something going on in the Mike Bossy to come back at 3. All right. There's a Mike Gartner rookie, 1980 tops in a 7. 82 O-Pee-Chee, Michel Goulet in a 9. That's a pretty one. Marcel Dion, 80 tops in an 8. Again, I think, the 80 tops, I was expecting 8s, okay? And hoping for 9s. Obviously, overall, this order was a disaster. And last but not least, saving grace of this order, Frank Thomas, 1990 tops in a 10. I feel like every grading order where I have enough cards and it's and it's not restricted to something outside of the decade or the time, the years that's released, I keep putting them in. So you see, I had it on in an SGC order, got a 9.5. This one's a 10, so I'm still doing really well selecting those. The rest of the cards, I did a crappy job, and I'm honestly a little scared to see what comes back in my 1970s order, because that's 57 cards. This is only 17 cards. Most of this stuff is staying with me, but the grades are they're really disappointing. Not much more to say. Monty says he'll see you next time.